Well, folks, welcome back, Marvel Heroes. Once again, your host, ID Jester. Thanks for watching my videos. Be sure to leave your thoughts and comments at the end. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions for me, please leave them in the comments below. Anyways, we're looking at Daredevil, who is, once again, one of our characters. We're going to get up to level 60 in just a few minutes. I've actually been spamming a bunch of these chests. I literally had all the way down to about the first 5 rows of this, just all these chests I've been collecting. As you can see here in our little chat window, I've been giving it out in the Midtown Manhattan and Industrial City zone, so pretty much been able to get through a lot of that. Okay, go away, thank you. Today. So he was level 35, so I was like, well, let's get him up to level 40, and then level 50, and then before you know it, it's like, okay, let's make the big push here. We'll get some extra chests. We'll store up these chests. We'll be able to blast them through level 57, 58, and 59 pretty quickly, which we've been able to do. So you can see we have uniques pretty much across the board. The one thing with these chests that they drop, occasionally they'll drop unique items, and you can see here, within just the last level here, we've picked up unique for any hero, a new mask for him, a new unique blade there, and the same thing, 2 unique blades. So we'll have to compare this and see which items are going to be replaced. We never actually found a level 2 item for him, so we've been using this and we've been upgrading these items as we've gone to level 40, level 50. So we have the Hornhead Handy Club. We have the Unstable Carbonadium Warsuit, Blades of the Beast, the Deathstalker Threads, and the Shadow Mask of the Hand. Never put a legendary on him. Way back in the beginning when I first got him, I took him up to level 20 and then played him, I don't know, a while back and got him up to level 30, 35, and that's where he's been sitting for a long, long time. If you've been watching and been keeping track, hey guys, leave me alone, go away. Well, we'll get to see a little bit of action, won't we? So his basic attack is basically just swings his little billy club around, nunchucks, and beats down enemies with them. He has this little roll forward valor. He has this triple strike, and you notice there's a bar here. And basically this is his basic moves provide combo points, up to 6 points, that you can then use on a finisher move. And you can see we have a finisher move, and if there was an enemy there, it would spend all of our combo points and do extra damage here. Does an extra 25% extra damage per combo point spent. And then we have this Devil's Due, which is the signature power. It's a melee. He basically jumps up in the air and comes crashing down, and then he has this whirling baton over his head ability. And then he has this spinning hook kick that once he performs a finishing move with a full set of generated combo points, and he does a finisher move, then he can perform this spinning hook kick. It's very hard to pull this off, actually. You can tell that this character is one of the basic characters. Just a lot of his animations and stuff are just not as well done as a lot of the other ones. When he does his little powerful leap, that's all you see. You don't see like the ground come crashing around, enemies vibrate or anything. The ground doesn't crack. Nothing. Just kind of, you don't really see that he's doing a lot of work, actually. He seems to be pretty good character, and that he can take care of himself. He seems like he can do, oh, well, we've got some bosses here. Let's go ahead and fight them out, and you get to see some action. Let's see if our ultimate power is ready. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There it is. So we go into this mode, and then we just come crashing around and do lots of damage to enemies. Unfortunately, they mostly killed him off before we got to him, but that's alright. That's the break sometimes. as always explaining, this guy, just his basic powers, just everything from his leaping strike, everything just doesn't seem like they're very fleshed out, very complete. You don't feel like you're hitting things. You don't feel like you're doing lots of damage just because you don't see the effects of monsters getting thrown off the screen. And, you know, when you're playing as Hulk and you come crashing down, monsters come flying off. When I do my signature move, that's all I get. That's all you get. You just see them go off the screen and come back. You don't see all the damage that's done around you and how many enemies were affected and how many enemies were hit and everything. So kind of disappointing in that way. Just graphically, like I said, it's probably because he's one of the default. When you sign up for a free account, you can choose Daredevil, I believe, is one of your default characters, and you can play him for free. So they haven't put a lot of, I guess, time and effort into creating lots of awesome effects for him and everything, I guess, is kind of the gist I get. As far as items go, like I said, I've only come across 4 different kinds of items for him. The mask, the boots, the baton, and the clubs there are the only things that I've come across. I don't know if there's actually, I know a few episodes ago we talked about that each slot in your inventory would have 2 different items. I don't know that for sure with Daredevil, just because I haven't actually seen any other ones. And like I said, I haven't even seen one of the level 2, the slot 2 items. So you can see I did pretty good damage there. You just don't see it happening. You don't see things really well with him. I mean, it just doesn't feel like he's doing a lot there, but he does. Trust me, he does pretty good. You see his damage is well, let's wait until she goes away, because I think she was giving me a bonus there. Let's, yeah, 1020. And we haven't, like I said, min-maxed our guy at all. We got a level 47, some level 50s. We're going to have to go through our new items. Speaking of which, one of the items, this is going to be a special episode, because all the times we played, all the different characters and everything, this is the very first time I've gotten one of these mysterious crimson boxes. It's going to contain an artifact from some of the most powerful super villains. This box has an equal chance of containing, and you can see the list there. So I figured, well, instead of just opening it, I just got it about, you know, last level or so. I thought, I'll just wait until we record is going up to level 60, and we'll all get to investigate this together. So we can get something really, really good, or we could just be plain old nothing. But let's hope for the best here, folks. Oh, well, we got a Sacred White Gorilla Necklace artifact. When you critical hit, you gain physical damage rating for 5 seconds, a 285 critical hit rating for physical powers, and he is all physical, and 511 defense. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Now the question is, do I want to put it on him or not? You only have to be level 52, huh? Critical hit, you're going to gain 405 physical damage rating. That would really bump him up. That would make him really viable. And we just put this in not too long ago. You can see we have a level 27 and a level 39, so we really need to look at this. At one point I was really focusing in on attack speed. In fact, if we look at his powers, which we haven't done yet, broken down into 3 categories just like everything else. He's level 52, so he does have a signature power, which is the one where he comes crashing down. You can see it does a pretty good amount of damage. You just don't know it because you don't see all the enemies go blowing up and everything. So as far as his big 3 powers, which most people have here, the Swinging Assault, I don't know, it didn't sound that great, so I didn't put any points into it. So we've got some points. I guess we could try it out and see what it does. Possibly we might do that. But a lot of his martial arts are like opener moves, which we talked about. Every time you hit with an opening move, you're going to gain a combo point there, and then some finishing moves over here, which is the jumping strike We also put some points in the Street Sweeper there, which is a finisher. And he's got this heroic leap. Okay, so he's leaping around. It doesn't do any damage. I'm not going to put points into it. Just seems like a waste. He does have some pretty good passives, which is what I started talking about, because you can see we put a lot of points in this attack and move speed. So we're up to plus 11.6%. And then we were adding in some 5.5 attack speed there. And that was giving us some movement speed. And then also in our Omega system, we were actually, let's see here, just give me it. Oh, go back. Kind of working up this chain pretty far, actually, up this chain. And we got all the way up to here where we got some spirit cost reduction for melee powers and some move and attack speed. So that combination I was trying to get, so if he's going to attack, let's have him attack really fast. And you can see he's rather large, because one of the things we have here is giving him a size increase, which is pretty cool. Makes him feel a little more powerful than he already is. So you can see when I do this power, drains our spirit pretty quickly, but does some pretty good damage when you're getting surrounded by enemies. Takes them out pretty quickly, but again, it's just the graphical effects just don't show it as well as I think they could have. And being one of the lower tier, I guess, you can pick him up, I think, for 200 Eternity Splitters. He's one of the basic characters, so I don't think they put a lot of time and effort into 52, 52, 52, 52, 52, 52. I will save those then. Okay, good. For the next hero. The critical hit, you're going to gain some physical damage rating, and when your critical hit rating with physical powers is 285, and some defense, I think that's probably pretty good for him. If we look at this, you can obviously see that these level 60s are both +7 on the bottom, and then this is 4%, that's 3%, that's 3%, that's 3% health. A little bit more health on the first one. Brutal strike rating's better on the second one. Critical hit rating's better on the second one. And dodge rating's better on the second one. So obviously the second one wins out for sure. Let's look at the mask. We have a level 40 and a level 60, which gives us 6 ranks. This is only 3 ranks, so we'll definitely replace that. That's good. Kind of keep him bumped up. As far as our ring goes there, gives us some damage rating with melee powers. Our cosmic core there, we did find a pretty good one there. Actually, gives us a special item find. We gain some health every time we hit an enemy, and we got some pretty good health regeneration per minute. So that's been working out pretty well. I think I am going to give this guy the Sacred White Gorilla necklace. It's going to be a tough decision. Now this is a 57. I should have used that one first before I used some of the other ones. That way, because they are leveled up, so if I had a level 55 hero, he could use these chests, but he couldn't use this chest. And this event will be over in 6 minutes here at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It'll move on to the terminals, I believe is the next thing coming up. So, and it's hard to do the terminals by yourself. So, I don't know how many extra chests I'll get. Anyways, what else are we going to talk about? We have the Relic of Asgard there. Give him some extra health and some damage rating with his melee powers. The Brigand's Fortune Uforge there. Haven't got him a legendary, which is, you know, like I said, back in the beginning when I first got him, I didn't have a lot of Odin marks. In fact, what are we up to? 646 Odin marks. And we do have 1,048 Eternity Splitters, so we can get us a new hero now. Remember, you only need 400 or 600 to get them, but I like to have lots of extra in the bank, because if you have 400 and you spend them all to get a new hero, and it's like, oh, I gotta wait so long to get another one. And you know, if I spend these and I still have 600, then it feels like, you know, it's subconsciously Just makes me feel a little bit at ease. We do have 999 Cosmic World Stones now. A bunch of other stuff there, which haven't really done much with yet. Well, let's see. What else do we want to talk about? Yeah, so as far as his play, I think he plays better than he actually looks. Oh, here's another Daredevil. Okay, we can compare size. Stop moving. There you go. Stop. Stop. Come back here. Get back here. I want to see how big I am compared to you, little schmuck.
I'm glad we get a chance to be on the same team again, Your Majesty.
There we are. So you can see just a little bit bigger than he is, which is nice. Just the default costume. As far as his play, he plays better than I think he actually does. Like I said, when you're swinging your different clubs around, you're doing your different abilities and stuff. Just doesn't feel like you're doing a lot, but you actually, I think, are doing quite a bit of damage. Like I said, when I come down with my signature power right now, you don't see anything other than a couple of the enemies die or whatever. Doesn't feel like you're like smashing them to smithereens or anything, I guess. So this makes him feel a little bit less powerful than he probably should be. Now we got some bosses. We can go down and take a look at the bosses here. As soon as I can get through these guys, pick up my Eternity Splitter. Get out of the way, so get out of the way! I want my Eternity Splitter. You can see I can hold that down for a pretty good amount of time here. Well, it looks like the bosses are right here anyway, so we'll be able to come in and get in the fight here. In fact, let's try our... there we go. See him just spinning, going through, just hitting lots of people. He actually keeps going until he hits 20 enemies. And at that point he stops. Let's pick it up, thank you.
Savor the moment. Okay. You're on the ropes.
Alright, come crashing down here. See, it just, I mean, I used my signature power because you didn't even tell. I mean, I was standing behind the spider. You couldn't even really tell that he used his signature power. I mean, for signature power, you wanted to, like, stand out so other people go, oh, wow, he just used his signature power. You know, most of the other ones, you can definitely tell when the other heroes use their signature power. You can definitely go, oh, there's his signature power. Black Panther calls in his little Shadow Panther that comes in. You definitely see that. Just all the different heroes. He plays fine. You can tell the way we've kind of set him up and the way he's working. He does a pretty good amount of damage. You know, and he's, you know, I would call him very generic, basic melee character, obviously, because he is a basic character. He is very basic. All of his powers are kind of basic, nothing fancy. But and he does have to. You have to work with him a little bit. He's not as easy as just running around and just shooting things or just punching things in the face all day long. Because you gotta get a nice opener that you can use, and then charge up your bar. You gotta keep looking down at your bar to see when it's filled up. And then this power is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Which we'll talk about here for just a second. This power right there, here, the spinning hook kick. So the first thing is you need to fill up your bar. Second thing is then you have to activate your finisher move. And then you have 3 seconds. Can only be activated within 3 seconds of performing a finisher at maximum combo points. So you need to be able to get your finisher. You got to fill up your bar, then get your finisher, and actually you can see how you kind of leap forward. A lot of the times you miss enemies when you're doing this. See, I just ended up doing it. And then you got to come over here and try to kick this guy in time, and if you don't, or you're stunned or whatever, you don't get it off, and then you got to start all over again. That is just the most ridiculous thing. Of all the powers I've seen and all the characters so far, that one baffles me to no extent. that you actually have to perform all of these different functions one after the other just to get this to go off. It's just, it should be as soon as you fill up the bar and you hit a finisher, then you can use your spinning hook kick anytime after that, one time after that, or whatever. But to try and get that combo performed when you got mass people going around, like I said, a lot of times you can try to hit that finishing move and enemies are moving and teleporting and everything out of your way, and you can miss it a lot of times, and then you go to hit the other thing and you miss. It's just so aggravating. Of all the powers that I've come across so far, that has been the worst power ever, and it's one of his big boy powers. And then the second of his big boy powers is this born again finisher. You want to see what it does? Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, that's what it does. It just puts a red aura around it. That's it. Are you kidding me? For a level, the highest tier fighting focus power, and all you do is you get a red aura around you. Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. And basically all that does is gives you a buff. It gives you you regenerate health, you spend your little combo, you regenerate health, you restore 1% of your maximum health per second. And you and your allies gain constitution, restoring 210 health per second. And it lasts for 11 seconds. That's it. And then the third one is this swinging assault, which we should put a point into that just to see what it does. Oops.
Can't wait to try this.
We'll go ahead and just put it there for now. Let's see what this power does. Oh, so it's like the little Spider-Man thing. Does that look very fancy to you? No. Looks pretty... Doesn't even look like I'm hitting that guy. I'm flying right over his head. How many times... I gotta hit him like 5 times with that power. Are you kidding me? So his powers are just horrible compared to some of the other guys. The ones that I focused in on, I think actually seem to make him play a lot better, but it's just a shame that his big boy powers are basically a waste. Really a waste. I mean, these three, I mean, yeah, getting the health regen, that's why I had this one, is because the health regen is pretty good. So put that back there. Having the health regen is obviously really good, but a swinging assault, a little buff, and a finisher that you can hardly ever pull off is just ridiculous for your big boy powers. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so I mean, you might as well just focus in on the little powers that you get to begin with. There's that. Let's see if we can get the kick. Nope. I don't know. You can't even tell. I mean, if you got the kick off, maybe it doesn't really show you that you got the kick. Oh, wait. Let me get my super cool buff. Ready? Here we go. Oh, come on.
There's more where that came from.
Why am I not getting my buff? Oh, because I have no points in the bar. Okay. I think that's why I couldn't do the buff. You see that little red box around me, a red circle? That was my invulnerability that I'm getting from one of my artifacts and stuff. That works 20 times better than this, trying to regenerate your health. I mean, having health regen is okay, but God, it's just such a shame that his big boy powers are like that. And you can see his signature powers way up here. So you got all these other powers. The only ones that are good are the Whirling Club, the Nunchuck Beatdown. Yeah. The reason it's good is it generates a combo point every time you hit with it, so that's our basic power. The Whirling Club does, pretty good area attack. It weakens enemies. You got a Club Sweep, Upper Hand, a Staff Strike, a 3-striker, which we use. Rebounding Club. Again, why do we have like 12 different ways to do the same move, the same attack? Club Sweep or Staff Striker. They're the same damn move. I'm not going to put in 5 points into this one and 5 points into this one and 5 points in this one to do the same thing with the different powers. Why not just take all those points and put it into one power? Sometimes when they create these characters, I wonder if they were even thinking. And of course, this is one of the original characters, so you can tell a lot of the characters that are coming out now are so much better than the kind of the older characters that when they were first making the game and everything, it wasn't as important to create all these new fancy dancy things with all these graphic effects. I was playing with Psylocke earlier. She was in the mats with us, and we were running around, and she was just like literally teleporting all over the place. She was using all of her fancy dancy moves, and what am I doing? I'm doing this. I'm like, seriously? Wow. Yeah. Look at me. Woo. So, fun aspect for playing Daredevil is pretty low. I've actually seen some posts on the forum. I don't read a lot on the forums, but I got on there to look at trying to come up with some information on some of the system, some of the back end of the system, and somebody had posted about Daredevil and just how awful he plays, and that he was ready to give up on Marvel Heroes. His wife was having so much fun with other characters, though, so he gave another character a try, and now he loves it. But it's like, yeah, I can totally understand. Fun factor with Daredevil is way down, just because you don't feel like he's doing a lot. You don't see him doing a lot. He can't get around except for this little roll. He doesn't have any fly. He doesn't have any teleport or anything. The only way he gets around is this little roll like this. You know, it's a damn shame that some of these characters that are just basic characters get kind of the shaft, I guess. And I think it hurts the game in the long run, because the people that obviously get in the game, start the free accounts and check it just to check it out, they're going to be playing these characters. There are going to be a lot of these people going, hey, I'll try Daredevil, he sounds cool. And they're going to try playing him, and they're going to be like, oh, this game isn't very fun. And then they're not going to get to see how all the other super cool characters play and all the super neat things you can do with them. And oop, here's signature. Oh yeah, that was our signature power again. Did you even notice it? It's like, wow, that's just so bad. They need to update the graphic effects and everything. I don't care if he's a basic character or not. You're introducing people to the game. You want them to have a good experience, and you want them to go, wow, this is great. I got to get more characters and try this out. If this is the first character I ever played, I would probably not be playing this game. He's just not fun to play. He's hard to micromanage. His powers are just awful. So he does, like I said, kind of his saving grace is that he does a lot more damage than it looks like he does, and he kind of holds his own out there, which I didn't think he did for the longest time, but maybe I min-maxed him a little bit better than I thought. And I really haven't even done that much, right? You know, since level 40, we've been kind of just making the push to get him up. So we really haven't done any min-maxing on him to try and get him maxed out. We do have a bullseye medallion, you can see there, cosmic, that's giving us critical hit rating and critical hit damage there, and +2 ratings to all of our powers. I figure that would be probably best for him, since a lot of his other things, powers and stuff, talk about critical hits. You know, this one here gives us 225 critical hit rating. This one is a 458 critical hit rating. This one here has got a critical hit rating. So bullseye sounded really good for him. In fact, I wonder if it even tells us what our critical hit rating is. There it is, 2,380, when we only have 1,000 to begin with. So it's more than, it's like 2.5% better than his normal. So yeah, just not fun, not graphically awesome. That's why I'm just debating about whether to give this guy him, because I don't know, now that I've got him up to level 60, if I'm going to run any raids or anything. I don't know if I'll be using him. Will I be spending a lot of time trying to min-max him and get really good items for him and everything? I don't know. And then if I give him this really nice item, I'm probably not going to, just because of that. So I am sorry.
Oh look, it's an Avenger. We're saved.
Let's put this in our special stash here so we don't lose it there. So yeah, unfortunately, playability, you have to micromanage him, which is not cool. Power-wise is not cool. His powers are kind of generic. But like I said, it's kind of his saving grace is that he goes out there and actually kicks a little bit of butt, and you know, kind of holds his own. So didn't, you know, get killed by him too often. You know, killed. Oh, there's another hat. Didn't even see that. I mean, he didn't die very often, or, you know, occasionally got run over by one of the boys, Juggernaut or Rhino or something. But you know, I was mostly saving people and not having people save me. So he's pretty tough, but just a lot of work, and you just don't get a lot of reward for all the work you do. But super cool outfit, and they just need to work on him. When they make the next pass, once they get all the heroes up to level 52, and I don't know how many more they've got to go, probably only 3 or 4 more to go, then they said they're going to start making a second pass by through all the heroes to see what they need. And I can tell you, he needs a lot of work. He needs something done to him to make him a little more better, especially since, you know, I understand, like I mentioned, the basic power, you know, you don't want to put a lot of time, trouble, and effort into the basic heroes because they're just the basic ones. People can pick them up for free and everything, but again, it's kind of a two-edged sword. If you don't put the time and effort into them, people are going to be trying out these new heroes, and they're going to be very disappointed in the game, and they're not going to want to stick with it and play it. So I think whoever's doing their business model on that, trying to decide, I think your best character should be, you know, all your heroes should be good to play and fun. He's a lot of work, and kind of disappointing that way, but you know, Ms. Marvel is a free hero, and she's a lot more fun than Daredevil. I had probably twice as much fun playing her as you did him. You can actually see, you know, she's teleporting around, she's doing all kinds of fancy things. Her signature power is really cool, it's got a really nice graphic effect. Daredevil, not so much. So pick and choose your heroes wisely, I guess, is the theme of this. And we will see you guys next time here in Marvel Heroes. Thanks so much for watching, folks. We'll see you next time.